Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Thoughts of a Rambling Mind. As you know, I only make videos when I find something intriguing, and of course, I'm intrigued. Errol Spence moves up to 154 pounds to fight Keith Thurman. Let's break this down. Why is this happening? The Crawford clan are calling this a duck. Well, WBC ordered Spence vs. Keith Thurman.
It's shorter than you think.
Right? So this is not a duck. Why is it happening at 154? And I think that's where they are focusing their attention. They believe that the move to 154 is a sign that Errol Spence does not want to fight Terence Crawford, and he's ducking. But this is far from the truth. Errol Spence has been granted special permission to fight Thurman at 154 and still retain his 147-pound titles. After the Thurman fight occurs, Spence will have 60 days to secure the Terence Crawford undisputed fight. I've gone on record saying that Keith Thurman should be Spence's next fight. When this news was released, I immediately said Spence fighting Thurman at 154 is a bad look for Spence. At first, the thinking was the 154 move was going to be a permanent move, so this fight would be a way for Spence to finesse credibility at the upper weight class. But now knowing that the move to 154 is temporary gives us two other possibilities. One option is pretty benign. The other option, though, is pretty dark. Why would Spence set up the fight at 154? Well, optimistically, it's because he intends to fight Crawford shortly after. Due to concerns about putting dietary strains on the body, fighting Thurman at 154 allows for a gradual reduction in weight until the Crawford fight, instead of subjecting himself to a grueling weight loss camp now and then having to maintain that fighting weight until him and Crawford meet. Judging by the looks of it, Spence will have a tough weight loss camp to get back into fighting condition. Spence is clearly well overweight. You guys know I have to give an unbiased take. So there's also a possible dark truth in this decision to go to 154, and we have to consider it. The Terence Crawford fight is the biggest fight in boxing and in Spence's career. Spence once said, and I'm paraphrasing, that Thurman did all that dodging and then lost his belt. See, this changed the landscape of boxing and gave us the Spence versus Ugas fight. The fight with Thurman at 154 isn't a title fight, and this is where the darkness lies. It is a possibility that Spence is fighting Thurman at 154 because he thinks there is a chance that he could lose. Fighting Thurman at 154 protects the belts, the Crawford fight, and Errol's legacy. If Thurman beats Spence at 147, that would set up Thurman versus Crawford for an undisputed welterweight match. By moving up for this one match, if he takes this loss, he will still be able to go to 147 and defend his titles in the exact same fashion as Kell Brook did when he fought Triple G at 154 and then lost his titles to Spence at 147. Now you can look at this two ways. Either Spence is not positive of the outcome and maybe even scared of Thurman, or this may be just a safe play. And no matter how confident you are, this is boxing, where anything can happen, and risking your legacy should never be the option. A lesson put on full display by Teofimo Lopez when he fought George Kambosos. Either way we look at it, this day was filled with news that put us on a roller coaster, and when it came to a stop, I think we landed in a better place than where we started. Spence will have to secure the Crawford fight 60 days after the Thurman fight. And since Spence was granted special permission to keep his 147-pound titles, and since he's only interested in Crawford at 147, it's safe to assume that unless Crawford flips the table or has another backdoor deal, we should have a date for the Spence versus Crawford fight in 6 months. Still a long wait, but the conversation is rejuvenated.
I don't want to watch you bumbuckler no more. trust in no win or lose.
These are my thoughts of a rambling mind. Like, share, subscribe. I read and respond to all comments down in the comment section, so go on and drop one. And I'm out.